I've got 3 little tips here if you're a senior golfer that I promise you will add some yardage to the big dog. We're all getting older, we're all getting slower. That's the harsh realities of life. If you're hitting the gym, doing a load of stretching, working out, it might come a little bit slower, but I promise you, you are getting slower. So today I want to do a little video on 3 tips that are going to allow you to move a little quicker with the driver. First up, I want to allow you to use your legs a little bit more effectively to allow you to rotate your lower half and your upper half. One of the things that I see quite a lot of in my lessons is short rotations with people's golf swings as they start to move back, and as they start moving back, the shoulder rotation gets shorter, the arm swing then starts to get higher, and before you know it, the golfer is hitting too much down, causing an angle of attack to increase and cut the golf ball out to the right. If you're new to my channel, I always have the 4 boxes up: angle of attack, club path, face angle, and face to path. These are the 4 boxes that you need to be most intimate with. So as we get more shift to the right, we get shorter in turn and we get more arm lift. Now, one of the things that I actively promote is leg length. Now, when you've got some leg length going on, it does make it a little bit more taxing on the old hamstrings. And as we're getting a bit older, getting a bit tighter, the old hamstrings do get a little bit shorter. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to set yourself up to the golf ball, and I want you to increase your knee flex just a little here. Then what I'm going to get you to do is make some back swings and then feel like the leg length gets a little bit longer. So you start a little bit more flexed, and then as you make a backswing, you're then going to lengthen your right leg just a little bit more. And you're almost going to lengthen the right leg to the point that it was previously. So add a little bit more knee flex and then start to lengthen the right leg, which will start to allow the right hip to move a little bit more. Opening the lower half up and opening the chest up will then start to allow you to feel like the arm swing can then start to get a little bit more around you, which will then start to flatten off the golf swing. And when you start to flatten off the golf swing and start to flatten off the arm plane, what you'll start to impact is your angle of attack. Angle of attack went from 5 down to 2 up. Path went from across to inside out. And I got a little bit of a draw, even though the face was open. Those of you that have got a keen eye will know that I hit that one slightly out the toe. But ultimately, more knee flex, more leg length in the backswing, particularly the right one, will then start to open your lower half up, which will give you more chest turn. In at number 2, what we're looking for is less stress on the arms. We need to understand that the more we make these arms straight and wide in our backswing, the more stress we put on our shoulder joints, which will then put more stress on the chest. So what I'd like you to do, one, is take the golf club to the top of your backswing and just rest the handle on your shoulders. And just feel how much more backswing you can make because your handle is now placed on your right shoulder. When you then push the golf club away, you'll find a sticking point where you go, oh, I can't go too much further. That is now your new radius. That is your new width in your backswing. Take all of the width away to encourage more rotation, which is helped by the lower half. Then push your arms away and you'll find your new width. This will make your backswing a little longer, and hopefully it will make you feel like you can get a little bit more speed through. So the idea behind this is that the arm swing then starts to free up your lower half. The arm swing freeing up your lower half will start to then free up your upper half. So you get this layered approach that we start to mobilize the lower half, we start to mobilize the top half because of the arms, and the byproduct is even more shoulder turn. So if when you're at the top of the backswing, you now start to feel the arms are a bit more bent, that's all good, baby. We don't need to worry about that. There are plenty of golf swings in the world that have bent arms at the top. And if bent arms at the top allow you to hit shots like that, I'd 100% go with it. So the bent arms at the top, a bit more knee flex down at the bottom. And the last tip that I want to give you is understanding how we can make this golf club swing a little bit more. So I want you to take your left thumb, pop it on the top of the golf club, and I want you to feel how the club can swing around the pivot point of the butt of the golf club, which is the left hand. So this feeling here of the club being able to move around you, now you'll notice that the club face is not turning down when I'm doing this. The club face is looking at the TV screens in front of me. It swings around, it lines back up, and then it swings back behind me. This is the sensation that I want you to have with a club head down through strike, so that we get the feeling that the shoulder, the hand, now has an opportunity to let go. The club head can let go. And what this will start to do is really start to free you up down through strike, so that we can start to get a little bit more angle of attack, hitting up on the golf ball. And the more you do that, the more it will start to use narrow to wide. We've made it slightly more narrow with the softer arms. Now we're going to make it slightly wider with the forearms down at the bottom and that hinge point. So we go narrower, wider on the way down, which will start to create that more angle of attack. Now what you need to understand is that if we've encouraged more hip turn, encouraged more shoulder turn, encouraged a little bit more narrowing of the backswing, that will create more leverage, longer backswings. Now we need to make sure that we get rid of that. We now need to make sure that that golf club can unload successfully down at the bottom. So those are 3 tips for you senior golfers out there that are looking for a few extra yards with the driver and a bigger smile on your face. I think you're fine. That's good coaching.